So many pills, I should have slipped already. Yeah. My lungs the same color as my lips already. Expensive clothes, insufficient funds. Me and my bros switching hoes just for fun.
What's good, man? It's Western Groove. Back with another little video real quick. So this man, Luis Ortiz. So, recently he signed with Al Heyman, which I thought was a good move. After he left Golden Boy and he went to, I forget his name, but the UK nigga. After he went over there, Eddie Hearn, right? After he went and signed with Eddie Hearn, I thought that was pretty cool too. Eddie Hearn is legit. Like, for the most, all these promoters gonna bullshit to a certain extent, but for the most part, Eddie Hearn's pretty legit. I feel like, in a way, Eddie Hearn is the United Kingdom's Al Heyman. He's the guy who will put his two best fighters in a fight together. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. So I respect that about him. But I guess he went over there and he had a couple of flat performances. Maybe he couldn't get up for those guys since they were just, I don't want to say bums, but they weren't fighters on his level, that would really give him a challenge. So he ended up signing with Al Heyman, which is legit, bruh. We see this. Look, this is the thing that's crazy. Look, I'm gonna talk more about it, about how Luis Ortiz sneaked this in Wilde. But I don't think that fight is gonna happen right away soon. I think that Ortiz is gonna go get a belt. He's gonna go try and fight for a belt. And then if he wins a belt, they're gonna put that fight on PBC, bruh. Is Wilder on yeah, Wilder fight on PBC, yeah, huh? He do Showtime sometimes, right? But he be fighting on PBC. Now think about that. We just had the welterweight unification fight that did 5 million views, right? Now, if this Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder thing, if that's a heavyweight unification fight on CBS, bruh, I think that shit can possibly do like a 10 million view thing just because a heavyweight championship, like, cause look, you would think individually, right? If you compare Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder, like the popularity of those two fighters against Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, you would think, of course, Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman have more popularity. And that's true. In different circumstances, their fights would get more numbers, I would think. Maybe Wilder has good viewership. I don't know. But I feel like there's something embedded in American culture where a great heavyweight fight, two heavyweight title holders fighting to see who's the best or whatnot, like that's still one of those things where people will stop what they're doing and they'll make plans around watching that fight. You know what I mean? Even if they don't know the guys, just to know it's a one of them is an American champion, and this other guy is Cuban, and they might try to do some stuff to build it up. Boxing sucks at advertising. Like literally, like it's just horrible. YouTubers, Instagrammers, people on Twitter, they advertise better than fucking the boxing industry does. They're horrible. They suck. They suck. They don't. I like what I kind of think sometimes is maybe it's just some old ass niggas still running this shit, So it's not. So they ain't really hit on like, they still putting out newspaper ads and shit like that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna get into the topic of this video more now. So this man Luis Ortiz, he's fighting this dude Derek Rossi, right? April 22nd. It's gonna be on the undercard of the Sean Porter Andre Berto fight. Man, so I mean, just real quick, I'm not even gonna like do some kind of video on that fight. Dude don't even look like he really fight, bruh. But I mean, I guess they keep saying, he's some kind of veteran and all this kind of shit. But we'll see. So even though Luis Ortiz signed with Al Heyman, he still called out Wilder. He said let me see. Yeah, he said I'm ready to fight for the world title against any champion, Joshua, Parker, or Wilder. In April, I hope to win that fight and then hopefully get a fight and then hopefully a fight will materialize for the world title. And then what he said later on, right? The part where he sneaked this in Wilder because I remember seeing this shit a while back. Lewis or in another article on Boxing Scene. This is a newer article from today. I guess it's today the first. Yeah, today the first. So this shit's from today. So Luis Ortiz says that Derek Rossi has more balls than other heavyweights, And I think that's him sneak dissing Wilder because he called out Wilder for Wilder's comeback fight. Wilder was gonna fight, I don't know, some fucking Russian or whatever, Kank Shankshajik or whatever, I don't know. And that nigga tested positive for PD, so then he ended up fighting, what's his name, Gerald Miller or Gerald Washington, something like that. And, which was like, it ended up being like an intriguing fight for while it lasted, But Luis Ortiz called Wilder out for that fight, And Wilder could have took that fight. Ortiz was gonna take any money, you feel me? And Wilder was like, fuck that, So that kind of makes me think Wilder might be ducking Luis Ortiz. We're gonna see. We're gonna see because I can now see how the fight could be built up. And I can't call it ducking if you got two dudes on the same promotion, two really great heavyweights, and you want to like instead of just letting him fight for your guy's title, you want to try to give it some time and see if y'all can get the non-title holding heavyweight to get just an opportunity to fight for one, and then if he wins that, then the fight, you two guys fight, then I ain't gonna call that Wilder ducking. But until they come out and say something like that, I'm kind of leaning towards Wilder's ducking. I don't think that Wilder wants those problems. You feel me? I feel like Wilder wants to take on some more fights, make some more money before he steps in there with somebody who might really beat his ass, like Louis King Kong Ortiz. This old ass Brazilian nigga. He didn't look too great in his last fights, but dude got power. And he is a good boxer, as we've seen. But that's a diss to Wilder, cause he called Wilder out on Twitter and shit, was talking hella shit, and Wilder didn't say nothing. Wilder didn't say shit. Or I mean, Wilder, he might have said his little shit back, but he didn't fucking accept the fight. He didn't fucking send a contract or nothing. He wasn't with the shit. He was still trying to fucking fight fucking no names, fucking weak ass opponents, people that we didn't want to see on fight. We want to see Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. We didn't want to see Wilder versus Kachekachank, whatever the fuck his name is. Or we didn't want to see fucking Wilder versus Gerald Miller or Gerald Washington or whatever. We wanted to see Wilder and King Kong, man. Bronze Bomber versus King Kong. That's what we was trying to see. King Kong was with it. The Bronze Bomber wasn't with that shit. That's the nigga who wasn't with the business. He wasn't with the hands, bruh. But just Western groove, and I'm out.